Micah Parsons is spending the offseason just like me, getting ready for predictions week. We should get Micah on. That would be great. Now, he sat down with Bleacher Report to give his AFC West predictions. I don't think this made its way to Nick on vacation, but we'll send it to him. Take a listen.
The Los Angeles Chargers are number 2 over Kansas City. I do not think Kansas City put enough around Patrick Mahomes to win the AFC West and go pick another title run. I don't think they added enough or kept enough to say, we're trying to win this year.
It's just great stuff. Geoff, do you agree? You said you're a Chiefs fan. You're a former Chief.
Yes.
That's where we met. Do you agree with Micah that Mahomes doesn't have enough?
When has Mahomes really ever had enough, though?
Tyreek Hill,
Mitchell,
Travis Kelce, Mitchell Schwartz.
Mitchell Schwartz,
famously.
of course, 4-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
Best offensive lineman in the NFL for many years at right tackle. All right, that's enough of that.
Just one.
So, look, I think that if you look at historically where they're at compared to where they've been, there's some question marks, right? Pass rush, right? Like edge pass rush. Got to be good on the defensive line with some of the young guys. They drafted 2 guys last year. They drafted a couple guys this year. Those guys have got to perform well. The secondary, right? They got rid of McDuffie and Watson, but Spags, the defense coordinator, has proven year over year they get young guys ready to play pretty fast in the secondary. I'm actually not worried about that. They drafted Kennedy from Oregon. I think is really good in the slot. Like they're probably going to be fine. Hicks played a bunch the other day. I imagine he'll play a big role safety for them this season. And then offensively, okay, there's question mark at wide receiver, absolutely. Rashee Rice, I don't know if you've seen the videos at camp. Not great.
Yeah,
not great. Now. He had surgery and went to jail. Like maybe his knee is not really ready to go yet. There's more time for that.
It's been an eventful offseason.
Yeah. The Cyrus Allen kid looks good, the 5th round pick, but still not a ton of weapons at wide receiver. Kelce's a year older. The offensive line's really good. I don't know why this offseason we spent talking about the offensive line. It's good. They brought in Kenneth Walker. That's enough to make a run. Are they the most talented team in the AFC West? No. But oftentimes he's not been the most talented team. They've won the AFC West. Is he the most talented team in the AFC? No. We talked about Houston last week. Houston's more talented than them, but they have Mahomes, they have Andy Reid, they got Chris Jones, they have young players secondary. Like they have a chance if I think it really comes down to the young edge rushers and what offensive design they have this season to make things easier for Mahomes.
I actually wanted to jump because I was thinking a lot about Rashee Rice with this. Because yes, I'm with you on the pass rush. They've remade their secondary before, but you could mess it up this time. So I was just thinking about his supporting cast. I agree with you, the offensive line should be good. I don't think that's a problem. Kenneth Walker was a big addition. That's great. He's got Andy Reid. He's Patrick Mahomes. That should all be fine. I think Rashee Rice is really good. I think. Like last year, I was looking it up. He was pacing for. He played 8 games. If you did his 8-game pace for a 17-game season, it would have been 112 catches for 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. When he plays, he is productive. But when you factor in the off-field issues and the fact that he's got 20 starts in 3 years, I don't know that I can depend on the guy. But if you told me right now today, Rashee Rice will be healthy for week 1, there will be no knucklehead behavior, there will be no off-the-field issue, and he will play for 17 games plus the playoffs, then I'm like, yeah, Mahomes is good to go. But I have no confidence that I can count on Rashee Rice.
If you go back even 2 years, the start of his second season, remember that the first year he played okay, but then that playoff run he was really good, right?
Yeah.
Year 2, he had 30 catches through 3 weeks, and then got hurt, missed 2 years ago, then missed half of last year. Now, obviously, look, if the knee comes around and he looks better, he can be that productive, absolutely. But we're 4 weeks from the season. He's not moving like he should right now.
So, Micah Parsons, I agree with some of what he said in terms of, I wouldn't say that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have enough. I would say that they didn't add the skill guys around him in large part because Patrick Mahomes is enough. That's how you always look at it. If you're Brett Veach and you're evaluating, okay, how can we sustain the dynasty and continue it moving forward? Well, we paid Patrick Mahomes because he is the best in the business, and we paid him that way because he is enough to raise the tide of the guys around him that we're going to afford, that we can afford. Meaning, we're going to have C+, B-, B guys at the receiver and in skill positions. Obviously, you've had Travis Kelce, younger version of Travis Kelce, always has been amazing. He's getting now older, so you're losing a little of that productivity. But Patrick Mahomes is simply enough.
Right.
And so as long as you have a healthy version of Patrick Mahomes, it's like the Tom Brady effect. Tom Brady, until he got Randy Moss, we never looked at his roster and was like, oh my gosh, Tom Brady has the best receiving core. Now he had Rob Gronkowski, had injuries in and out of the lineup, but he was awesome, one of the best to do it. But he never had a dynamic, skilled set of guys around him.
And Mahomes' first 8 games last year, he was really good.
He was great. He was really. And so, for me, it's a matter of, okay, what can we do this year to ensure he doesn't have to carry so much so quickly? That was Kenneth Walker. That's why you get Kenneth Walker, and you go get back Eric Bieniemy, reestablish who you are in the run game, and now you can play action pass and do things off the run that will help these younger receivers and some of these receivers that we are looking to take a little bit more of a bump.
The Chiefs also look like they brought back the screen game in the first preseason game, which they'd been the best screen team forever, but sort of went away from that. But now they have backs that can do it. They just didn't have back. Pacheco's not a screen guy.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt's not a screen guy. But also, too, I hope the offense goes back to just finding easy yards in the pass game. That was a problem they had last year. They just didn't find easy ways to get 7 yards, get 5 yards. It just was a product of, I think, stale offense, but also too, the wide receivers just weren't good enough to beat man coverage a lot of times.
You put credence on that, though? Because that's a very polarizing thing in the Chiefs world.
What?
It is Andy Reid's offense getting a little stale. That's a very polarizing thing.
It was last year, but the Chiefs has wanted him fired. And my argument was can you give this Hall of Fame coach a year to figure out how to have a better offense? And
firing him would be ridiculous.
He got rid of some offensive coaches as well that have been there a long time, so maybe there's some new energy at the running back room, at the wide receiver room. So I need to see the offense just give Mahomes a little bit easier completions. It just wasn't an offense last year that found him easy ways to move the ball down the field.
Let's go to Pittsburgh, where Aaron Rodgers is gearing up for, year 22, totally normal. And his new/old coach, Mike McCarthy, he's not only excited about the contributions he can make this season, but also the impact that Aaron Rodgers will have down the line. Take a listen.
Having Aaron in there is, incredible. Every day he wakes up, he contributes to not only today but the future of our quarterback room. That's a very unique opportunity to have in the quarterback room.
All right, Greg, you played for that coach and caught passes from that quarterback. Expectations for Rodgers this year?
Expectations is to be enough to where we can make the playoffs and have a shot at winning a playoff game. That's the expectations.
A shot at maybe winning a playoff game.
Look, with their track record of winning or not winning in the postseason, winning a playoff game, I know it's Pittsburgh, I know it's the Steelers, and they're about championships, but they got to get back to doing what looks good and feels good when it matters most, and that's in the postseason. And
haven't won one since 2016.
Correct. And now what Mike is saying is spot on. The reason why you want to wait for Aaron Rodgers to come back and say he's going to play this year is because he gives you the best chance to do that immediately, but also he's not your future, but you have understudies in Drew Aller and Will Howard to where you feel like, man, if they can see what it looks like under my system being Mike McCarthy, then we have a step forward moving into next offseason to where we have a running start. But the expectation is always going to be Super Bowl when you're talking about Aaron Rodgers and you're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Realistically, win a playoff game.
They should hang that banner in Heinz Field. Maybe win a playoff game this season.
Hey, man, but he is correct.
No, you're absolutely correct. We saw I think the best of Rodgers, the best you're going to get from him is probably a tick above average-ish, right? And we know that most years, the winner of the division has the best quarterback. Not every year, but most years that's the case. He's third best in division. Would you agree on that? Third best in division?
Yeah.
So he's probably not getting a home playoff game. Now, I know in different years they've won the division, even though the other guys are still in the division. We know that, of course. But I don't know. I think they're just a middling team. And some of the success over the years with Tomlin has been that Steelers voodoo, where the Colts game, they forced 7 turnovers. You're like, well, is the voodoo still there with McCarthy? I don't know. That's been a big part of their success. I just think the Steelers are like an 8-win team, a 9-win team. And to me, the problem with them I've said this for years now, they got to pick a lane, man. You got to either be bad and draft a quarterback or like go for a quarterback in the draft. This middle thing where it's like, well, Rodgers for a year, maybe Drew Aller next year, never going to win. You never win championships that way.
I agree with you. I would have done that 2 years ago.
Yes.
If I was Pittsburgh. And
You've always been about Pittsburgh tanking.
well,
I've been the same way. Like,
bottom out.
You got to do something. This is what are they? They're just in the middle every year.
my issue is like the stat about how Mike Tomlin never had a losing season is maybe the most overrated stat ever. Because it's like, if it doesn't come with playoff wins, it's like, cool. He's just awesome at getting the 18th pick in the draft. Like, that's not the most exciting thing in the world. And so, also, when I saw this from Mike McCarthy, I was like, what are the chances that Drew Aller or Will Howard is actually the quarterback of the future of the Steelers?
I mean, just a year ago, Drew Aller was being projected to be the top pick.
So maybe he is, but generally speaking, like, the projections are wrong, and like where they actually get drafted is correct, right? Like generally, like a lot, like the 2028 draft projections right now mean nothing to me. Where guys actually were drafted means something. Like that's the Shedeur Sanders argument. Like, well, Shedeur was a projected first-round pick. It's like, I don't know. The GMs all thought he was a fifth-round pick, so I should probably grade him like he was a fifth-round pick. And so, like, it's nice that Drew Aller and Will Howard are like learning from Aaron Rodgers, but this isn't a Jordan Love situation.
Correct.
Jordan Love is a first-round talent that got to learn from Aaron Rodgers. My gut tells me that they still don't have their quarterback of the future, and these nice guys are just learning from Aaron Rodgers.
That's the point, right? Is that when is Drew Aller, let's say he's the guy, when will he get a chance to prove he's the guy? Because Rodgers will play this season. Is it then next year with a crowded quarterback room with Aller and Howard and they're going to add someone else in the draft? Like, when's he ever going to prove he's the guy? He might never get that chance. So that's what, like, people that hype him up. He had a good week one, good for him. But when will he ever get the chance? Jordan Love was there to have the chance eventually. Drew Aller's third right now, fourth on the depth chart. He's never going to get that chance in year one. Maybe guys get hurt, he gets a chance to play this year, but he might never get the chance to prove he can be that guy. As far as Pittsburgh in the middle, man, like, as a sports fan, you have teams you root for, you have teams you root for. Being in the middle is the worst place to be. Because you don't think about the postseason, you're not bad enough to draft anyone good. I want my team to either stink, like my baseball team stinks right now, good. Like they sold off, they got a bunch of young guys, maybe we'll good in 7 years. Or you want your team to be good, to win a championship. The middle's the worst place to be as a sports fan. Being a Steelers fan right now has got to be pretty boring.
I agree with you. We are aligned on that philosophy. Also, they have not gotten a good return on investment on defense. Like last year, they had the most expensive defense in the NFL. But when we talked about the best defenses in the NFL last year,
we didn't talk about
it was
Pittsburgh.
Denver, Houston, Seattle. Like we were not even close to that. So like if all stars aligned and like Rodgers was healthy for a full season and him and Mike McCarthy hit the ground running and they added, Pittman to opposite DK Metcalf and there was a little bit more explosiveness on offense, but it was paired with a top 5 defense?
Sure.
Well, then maybe you can win a playoff game and you can win 11 games and it can more resemble Pittsburgh football. But that's a lot of ifs.
So I think one of the keys of them possibly having success, even if that defense isn't a top 5 defense, is that guy on the screen has to allow himself to just play air football. And when I say play air football, throw some interceptions. Throw the ball down the field. You got 2 guys on that roster that can go up, make contested catches. They're bigger body guys. You got to put them in the positions to where they can showcase their talent. DK Metcalf, you can't give him 5-yard hitches, slants all the time and expect him to break these long yards after catch type of runs every single time. You got to push the ball down the field, and that's just what they haven't been able to do and connect with. If Aaron lets that go and forgets about the interceptions as a stat, just for one season, I know that's going to be hard to do.
I was going to say, him. Does he seem like a guy that's going to forget about interceptions and you're
not at all.
Okay,
but
cool.
If he's already not thrown a ton of interceptions for his career, just, possibly have a 15 interception year. Ooh. It's okay.
Back to some football now. Fox Sports writers were asked to rank the 10 best wide receivers ahead of the 2026 season. Coming in at number 1, Jamar Chase. All right, Greg, let's complicate this. Let's add the quarterback, Joe Burrow, to it. Would you say that is the best, Burrow-Chase, the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL?
So, statistically, if we're just saying statistically, yes. But I would argue, for me, my selection would be Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua.
Okay.
Because not only do they have the stats that support it and the productivity, anytime we rank quarterbacks, what do we attach to quarterbacks? Wins. Receivers, we don't attach wins to, we just look at their numbers. But once you add the quarterback in, it's like, well, okay, can you put up these big numbers and can you win also? That's what Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua does. And so I have the numbers to support it. When you look at Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford and what they've been able to do, since 2023, Puka Nacua is entering into the National Football League. He's been absolutely outstanding. Matthew Stafford has been absolutely outstanding. That's with missing 6 games in his second year. He only played 11 games in year 2. Now, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, they're going to be number one. It's almost like Madden numbers that they've been able to put up.
Yeah.
But they haven't equated to them winning and then playing meaningful football. So that's why I would have Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford.
If you're driving down to win a game, which duo are you choosing? Like, just nothing else matters. Just quarterback, wide receiver.
Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua.
Okay. I'm more fearful as a fan of the Bengals duo because I've seen the Bengals duo beat my Chiefs many times over the years. Now, maybe if the same thing had happened with the Rams beating the Chiefs, I'd feel the same way. But that pair, I fear as a fan more than I would fear Puka Nacua and Matt. And part of it maybe is because I credit some of the Rams' success to Sean McVay as well. I'm not sure I credit the Bengals' success to Zach Taylor as much, right?
You're not sure?
Now I would say no.
Yeah.
So I think with Stafford, well, maybe not fair to say that in this moment. Like, part of it is I think that the offense is really good and it works really well and they find ways to get him open. Feels like Burrow and Chase are kind of doing it like on their own, not outside the offense per se, but not because the coach is doing a great job of getting those guys open.
So these are fun because everybody comes at it a little bit differently. It's a team game, and so I didn't think about wins. Like, I was just like, this. I don't want to factor in their defense. I don't really want to factor. I don't want to factor in their head coach. I just want to actually be like quarterback wide receiver duo.
Well, then I mean,
they're one then.
Okay, well, right.
Yes.
I think they're one.
I mean, there's no think.
Okay, well, so
they are.
But it's okay. So the numbers, because you did 2023 with Puka. Since 2021, quarterback wide receiver duos. It's just kind of fun. Like, they have the most touchdowns, and look at that, 63 games. The combo that's second in that time period did it in 17 more, a full season's worth of games more. To have 6 fewer touchdowns. It's ridiculous. I also, and this is a soft factor, I love that they were teammates in college. It's like they're teammates in college, they get to be on the same team in the NFL, and they're just awesome in the NFL, just like they were awesome in college. But also, would you guys agree that the argument for best receiver in football is 4 people deep? There's not really an argument beyond Chase, Jefferson, JSN, and Puka. Like, as good as Amon-Ra is, as great as CD is, Pickens, maybe. Like, I
say the 4 again.
JSN, Puka, Jefferson, Chase.
So you have JSN.
I mean, he just.
I get it.
I think he's the bottom of those. Like,
yeah.
So I would say I agree with their top 4. All right. And then if it's quarterback wide receiver duo, Kyler's clearly not a top 8 quarterback. Darnold's clearly not a top 8 quarterback, so I can cut out JSN and Jefferson. That brings it down to Jamar and Puka. And then Jamar's done it all 5 years he's been in the league. See, Puka's done it for 2.5 out of 3 years. Like, I do think it's Jamar and Burrow.
So Amon-Ra always get the short end of the stick here.
He's awesome.
He's great, fantastic, and he does it in the slot primarily. For me, just seeing Justin Jefferson at number 4 this list is blasphemous. Like, I can't do that.
That's what Mike.
I cannot see Justin Jefferson at number 4. I don't care what list it is.
And you don't care about last year's production.
No.
Yeah.
No, because if you look at all of those, players. Tell me a guy, with the exception of like Drake London, Nico Collins has been struggling with C.J. Stroud, but all of those guys have a great quarterback.
Correct.
Or great quarterback play. He hasn't.
Right. I mean, if you gave Matt Stafford, Justin Jefferson, I think it would be pretty good.
Like, there would be no.
I think Justin Jefferson would be pretty
Jefferson
good.
will be if Kyler Murray's good this year, he'll be 1B by then. Like we do this list again, and in the season, he'd be 1B or 1A. Like he's way too low. He's too low, but that's a product of the environment he's in. He's not been with a good quarterback, and he hasn't shown.
Well, just last year, right? I mean, like last year he had Carson Wentz, Max Brosmer, and J.J. McCarthy, and he still grinded out 1,000 yards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a great year. I think it was 3 touchdowns, but it was.
Puka and Matthew Stafford, they don't have the touchdowns because going back to last year, they went 13 personnel a lot. And who was in?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams got a lot of those.
He stole touchdowns.
Here you go, Puka. There you go, Devontae.
Puka get us all the way down the field.
You get him all the way down there.
He stole all touchdowns.
And so I kind of grade that on the curve. Puka Nacua that's a bad dude, man.
He blocks too. Like he's
very
physical.
He does all the things that everybody on that list that if we could. Nah, we ain't trying to do all that. We ain't trying to do all that.
But like 45 seconds left in the game, you have to go the distance. I think I'd take Jamar Chase because Jamar Chase
Jefferson.
but Jamar Chase is like 6 yards slant and he could score a touchdown.
Yeah,
like it's
he's a bigger body. Like it was tough because Jennings. Oh my good, I don't know, man. I gotta
You're
go
just
with
making
Justin.
noises now.
Yes.
You know that, right?
I gotta go with Justin.
Okay, but it's duos. You're not taking duos.
Justin, any quarterback.
So Murray,
Justin and any quarterback.
I know, yeah.
we saw that last year, though.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy then. That's a real indictment on him.
No, well, we're talking this year, though.
Yeah, for this upcoming year.
So Kyler and Justin. I'm like,
Kyler and Justin is the one you want for this year? All right.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.